Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here. We are going to do a session that is specifically for addiction. We are going to tie in and intend that these energies also would help with all of the collective balancing the masculine and feminine within each human, within each body, I guess, on this planet. So I know it's been really hard for our masculines to really wake up. A lot of them are addicted to a lot of different things and struggling, and so we really want to help them and send our love and our energies towards our divine masculines, our divine feminines, our beloveds, and really just to each other, to really step into our power, really step into who we are. And yeah, so I really want to work on addiction, and so we'll just make that our intention. If you do not struggle with addiction, just allow these energies to flow through you. They're going to work on you in whatever area of your life that needs to be worked on. So let us get right into it. So I'm just going to start by putting our attention on the crown, and the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. And just allow these chakra cords to flow down through your root, down through your legs, and out the soles of your feet. And just flow your chakra cords down deep into the earth. Just imagine seeing all of the sacred layers of the earth. You might see some rocks, some crystals, some dirt, obviously, dirt. And just take your grounding cord and flow it deeper and deeper down into the center of the earth, where we're going to meet and greet this great central sun, this beautiful golden sphere of energy. And just wrap your chakra cord around her 3 times and then plug into that sacred energy. As you plug into that energy, it's going to begin to flow back up through your cords and back up through all of the layers of the earth and back up into the soles of your feet and into your ankles and your calves, into your knees and your thighs, into your root and your sacral, and into your solar plexus and your heart, and into your throat and your facial chakras, and into your pineal gland, and into your crown. Each of your chakras are going to begin to open and expand, releasing all of the troubles of the day, releasing all of the worries, the traumas, any addictions that are ready to be released off of you are being transmuted all back into light, releasing out of your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit, and releasing that gnawing and nagging energy from addiction out of you. And I'm going to begin in the collective's crown now to release any and all addictions, transmuting everything back into light, back into love, back into peace, back into joy. Let us begin. Olai oyete esunimi piero kanamode salai aloyati esunimi piero kanamode sitapakaloy kuyete esuni oyera kanamode kete esunimi piera ila kinamode sitalai kuyete esunimi piero kanamode sitalai kuyete esuni kilai kiti esunimi piera kanamode. Begin to allow any and all of the traumas to fall off of you like a waterfall. Just imagine a waterfall and all of your problems, all of the traumas that play in your head all of the time. Whatever you're trying to run from, just throw it right in that waterfall. It's a sacred waterfall of light. Gelai ola ia te isinumi piela kana maande sidalai ola ia te isinumi piela kana maande sidalai ola ia kana maande. I'm just going to open up that crown and allow that sacred energy to begin to flow into your crown, connecting you to that higher energy, that higher source, that higher self, whatever you want to call it, your soul, connecting you to that piece and part of you. It's one of the reasons why addiction happens, I believe, is that we're disconnected from that sacred energy that can heal us and love us. It's like we run from it. Gelai ati esinimi piro kina maade silai alai ira kina maade sitipe lo ira kina maade. Just gonna begin to remove all those negative thoughts out of your head, releasing them up and out of your head. Gelai ati esinimi piro kina maade. All those lower vibrational thoughts where you think you are bad, or you're ashamed, or you feel guilty, all of the things your parents told you as a child, just releasing it up and out of you, releasing all that energy, just release it. You are love, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are not dumb, you are not ugly, you are not unworthy of love. Gilai oyete sinimi pirakanamante. Selai olai hete afshinimi pirakanamante. Just clearing all the energy out of the head, out of the mind, creating new neural pathways in the mind. Gilai alai oyete sinimi pirakanamante. Gulai alai yete sinimi pirakanamante. Just cleansing, clearing, and neutralizing all of that energy. Alai uyete esenema pira hirakonamante. Setelai alai uyete esenema hirakonamante. I'm going to go right into that pineal gland and begin to activate and stimulate the pineal gland, fully connecting you back to yourself. Alai uyete esenema hirakonamante. Gila kiti isinima pila irakana maade. Allowing that sacred energy to begin to flow into the mind, into the pineal gland. Kilai olai oyete sinimi pirakana maade. Shitalai olai irakana maade. Shinami hirakana maade. Sidi olai irakana maade. Kilai oye olai irakana maade. Sitipukulai atiai irakanamade. Shitipue luiati ishinimi kila irakanamade. Sitipu kulai ila irakanamade. Kute eseni uyada irakanamade. Excuse me, gosh, my throat. Kila olai esenu biate senu. But the isinimi irakanamade. Clear that energy out of the pineal gland, releasing you. Alai uyete sani, kute sani moe, shetalai oloi, te sani mi pira kanamade, shetepi kilai uyete sani mi pira kanamade, gulai ate sani mi pira ira kanamade, gue shini mai, puti shini moe lai. Kiti esinimoe, pute esinimialai, ola iati esinimo kala urakana maade. Olai ati esini irakana maade, sinimi pirakana maade. Just releasing all of mom and dad's old belief systems, all of the teachers, all of your exes, terrible words that they may have said to you, releasing all of that energy. Sometimes we think that our families and our people of love interest know us better than we know ourselves, but that's not true. They don't know us like we know us. We are love. You are pure love. That's who you are. And anything else is just an experience that you've had. If you've experienced drugs or alcohol or anything, shopping addiction or any kind of anything, that does not define you. It doesn't make you who you are. If you've gotten off on the wrong path right now, that's okay. We're going through a lot of chaos right now. And if you are not strong mentally, it's easy to get caught up in the BS. That's why it's important to show up every single day for yourself, connect in, ask yourself, am I okay today? How am I feeling mentally? Am I stable mentally? Am I feeling angry? Am I feeling agitated? Am I feeling anxious or depressed? And if I'm feeling any of that in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, what do you need to do? How do you need to take care of yourself right then and there? Do you need to drink more water? Do you need to go outside? Do you need to take a break? Do you need to go lay down for a minute? Go take a shower? Releasing that energy with water is so good. Start finding yourself doing healthy things for yourself. Taking a walk around the block, going to work out, whatever feels right, whatever feels good to you. Taking a drive. I love driving, especially if I'm in a weird energy. I always find myself like just driving, and if I need to talk to myself on that drive, talk to spirit, talk to myself, talk to my guides, then I do. If I need to release energy and get angry and release a lot of F-bombs in the car because things are not okay in my life that day, then so be it. You just got to do and choose things that feel good, going to the bar and taking shots or drinking 5 beers in a row. Yeah, that's going to stop the thoughts. It's going to change the energy for sure. It's going to change all of that. But, what is it going to be like tomorrow when you have to wake up and do this whole thing again? You can go smoke the weed, or you can go take a pill, do a line, whatever you do. But it's like, you still have to wake up tomorrow. And, those drugs gnaw at you, and they nag at you, and they want more of you. They want you to want them. And it's like, you have to be strong. You have to surrender to the light and say, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm going to take a walk. I want to live. I want to find happiness. I want to be here. I want to be here, and I want to figure out how to be happy. Because life is really good when you feel good. And when you're stuck on drugs or stuck on some sort of a cycle, some sort of a, cycle that doesn't feel good. I know a lot of people that party and do party drugs and have fun. But, when you're stuck on that shit every day, it's not fun. It's not. It's like you're just a slave to something else. We're trying to release ourselves from that slave mentality, slave at work, slave on drugs, slave on alcohol, being like that slave mentality to our partners, our husbands or our wives. We want to have a partnership, a respectful, loving connection where we do things together, and it's not you do everything and I sit and do nothing. We want to balance this whole masculine and feminine world. That's the way this new world and everything is shifting right now, is because people are getting into that masculine and feminine energies. We can't have one without the other, and we can't do this without the other. We can't shift without the other. Being balanced within us, having the doing and the being all balanced. compassion and the love balanced. And we also need to balance that masculine energy. You know, we can't just be all feminine. You know, we need both within us. And we need both, you know, to shift everything as well. Our divine masculines, our masculines in this world, to be fully in their power and release from all of their addictions and pains and things that have kept them down. Nobody's immune to addiction. Everybody, anybody can get it. Addiction is easy. Using drugs is easy. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. Using people for sex is so easy. Gambling, easy. You know, dealing with your emotions is hard. It can be so hard, but I have to tell you, it's so rewarding. Oh my gosh, when you can go through, push through those triggers of wanting to use, push through those triggers of feeling the need to run out and go use, go grab the beer, go grab the this or whatever, the pill, whatever it is. When you stand up to that trigger and stand up to that push and that force that's pushing you to go do those things, you become a freaking warrior. Literally, I remember pushing through so many triggers that I felt like I had Goliath's head in my hand some days, because I was like, no, I'm not living another day in that hell. I'm not chasing this anymore. And when I would stand there and push through the trigger, push through the pain of wanting to leave, I just felt like this warrior, like this powerful being. I was like, damn, if I can push through that trigger, if I can push through that pain of addiction, I can do anything. I can do anything that I want. It makes you so strong, and you just have to like hold steady in that energy of, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm not doing this. And I'm just going to clear out your throats with this stick. A lot of us don't know how to set boundaries. A lot of us in addiction don't know how to ask for what we want. And a lot of people in addiction have really traumatic experiences that they've held inside of them probably since you were little. And that traumatic experience, whatever it is, you probably have not had anybody to speak about it to, and you probably have felt ashamed of it if it happened to you. And it's like you're holding that energy within you of that traumatic experience. That was the reason why I know I started using, was from experiences that happened in my childhood. They just kept playing in my head over and over again. And I just needed to escape that. I couldn't escape my mind. And I never had anybody to talk to about it. I was so ashamed of it all. And our throats are so clogged from being a little child and not being able to speak about things that have happened to us. You know, and here, there is no shame. Here, where you are sitting watching this video, there is no shame. There's no judgment. There's no, we here, you are loved. That's it. You're loved. No matter what has happened to you, no matter what you've done, we're going to clear this throat out. And this was the one thing that cleared when I first started doing energy work that helped me so much, because instead of getting the attitude, I was able to speak up for what I wanted. Instead of going off on somebody, my family or something like that, and being an absolute B word, I was able to speak and say, this is what I need. This is who I am. No, I am not okay with that. This is what I want, or this is who I am, this is what I need. And I remember feeling those shifts, and I remember the people around me having respect, saying, okay, and me not having to throw a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old. I mean, I was god-awful. I was like, because I thought I needed to be and have that attitude in order to make people listen. I needed to be angry in order to make people hear me back then. And it wasn't until I cleared all that out that I was like, wait, so I just need to stand in my energy, stand in my power, stand in and know my boundaries and be able to speak up for myself, and then people will respect me. Wow, okay. So, because I mean, when you live on the streets, when you're doing all that stuff and you're living in that drug world, when you're angry, you get the point across easier to those people. But when you come into sobriety, you can't exactly act like that. You have to kind of, be more of a, I was pretty, kind of barbaric is what I get. Like the energy of, cave woman, or, something that just didn't have any boundaries, anything. I was just all over the place. So I'm going to clear out your beautiful throats right now. So just put your attention on the throat and just allow this energy to flow right in and release all of those secrets, all of that trauma, all of that pain out. Here we go. One more time. So there's energy from the throat going down into the heart now. Glai at the asanami piero kanamade. Shidalai kiti asanimi piero kanamade. Shidalai uyeti asanimi piero kanamade. Silai aroyere kanamade. Sinimi piero kanamai. Silai alai alayeti asanimi. Kira ira kanamade. I'm going to go into your beautiful hearts now. Galai, Allah, yati esin moi, erokina maade. Sitalai, uye la ia yerakina maade. Sitilai, uyeti esin mo, pierakina maade. Sinia la yerakina maade. Pati esin the muya, ayala kina maade. Sitalai, iyerakina mae. Sinalai, aloya ti esene, kura ayera kina maade. Hands are like a magnet. They're just pulling up all of that energy from your childhood, all the way up into your teens, all the way up into your young adulthood, all the way up into your adulthood. And this magnet in between my hands is just bringing up all of that energy and releasing you, releasing the baggage, releasing the negative energies. Galai, olai, oyete esinime, pielakana maade. Sitalai, olai, aloi, oyerakana maade. Sinumu, kira ayerakana maade. Kiti isinumu, pielakana maade. I've been seeing 606 a lot lately. They've been pointing that number out, so maybe look that up as the angel number. Galai uyate esinu pierakana made salai alai ayarakana mai siduroi ulayati esiname kila iarakana made sini alai yakunamoi erakana made Good is new uilai ala uete isinimu pela irakanoma ade. Just showing me what looks to me like Knights Templars in the heart, and on the horses and riding out. What looks to me like into battle possibly, or actually, let's see. It doesn't look like battle. It doesn't feel like battle. It just looks like a band of men on their horses in the Knights Templar outfits and standing what looks to me like it looks like Ireland to me, but I could be completely wrong. But I am picking up on that Ireland energy and those green like rolling hills, and yeah, they're just kind of staring out into the land. It's making me feel like well, a little emotional, but it's also making me feel like I didn't put into words. I just keep hearing Band of Mercy. Just keep hearing Band of Mercy, and I feel like on this planet, on this day and age, in this day and time, these sacred Knights Templars are and have awakened, and it's like, it's not that you need to do anything. You don't need to go get a sword and put on your gear and everything like that. If you want to, be my guest. I would love to see it. But it's like, it's really connecting into that energy, to that sacred energy of these brilliant, powerful men, whether you're female or male in this lifetime. If you connect into this energy, this sacred band of mercy, these sacred soldiers who didn't have the best of ends, we're back. And it's time. All you need to do is step into that power and remind yourselves who you are and allow yourselves to hold that energy steady, because it is needed on this planet right now. Having that mercy and forgiveness and compassion and that strength and courage that each of you have in your hearts, each of you have in your minds, and that each of you were more than willing to come here during this time to be that energy and to be of service with that energy, because you're strong enough to hold that energy within you during this time. None of this is for the weak. None of you came here and said, I'm not going to do anything, or you thought, I'm just going to be an addict and then die. No. You came here. I'm going to experience this, I'm going to go through this, then I'm going to get up and I'm going to hold this very high frequency. And that's what you're doing. And anybody that's been through a lot of pain realizes that that pain is what makes you strong. The addiction makes you strong, makes you the warrior. It's like going through the fire, being refined in some way, walking through hell. Teaches you to be a warrior, teaches you to be of strength, teaches you mentally so many things that you couldn't probably learn otherwise. So be thankful. I'm so thankful that I went through all of those years of addiction, and I ruined a lot of things in my life. I did a lot of things, and but I have been given back everything that was lost, everything that was taken from me, everything that I thought I ruined has only been enhanced a million times over, and the love that I have for self, the love I have for you, the love I have for humanity would never have been there had I not been through so much pain. And so we just have to thank our pain, and we have to know that it is what will thrust us into whatever you call heaven on earth, whatever that energy is. It's a path. And if you just keep walking and going, you will get there. Gelai ate esinimi piru kuna mode. Sitalai olai ate esinimi pila kuna mode. Sitalai kolai yera kuna mode. Sinimi pila kuna moi. Alai ate esinimi pila kuna mode. Sitalai olai yera kuna mode. I'm just going to balance the solar plexus now. Gelai oyate sinimi pila kuna mode. Just recalibrate. Olai alai yera kuna mode. Bringing on the sacral or the solar plexus with the mind. Balancing these two areas. Gelai olai ate sinimi. Gelai yate sinima pila kuna mode. Kuloi ata ayadi aisha nimai urikina maade sitaloi ela iate esinimi pira kuna maade sitalai alai uyate esinimi pira kuna maade shitikalai kuyate esinimi pira hira kuna maade sinalai uloi aloi ate esinimi pira kuna maade sitalai putu esinimo kalai alai alai ira kuna maade. Let's balance both now. Left and right, masculine and feminine. Guloi alai alai iate esinimai, uloi alai kunamade, sitalai kiti esinimi piro kunamade, sitabagalai alai alai iate esini alai ila kunamade. Into the solar plexus and just balance that. Just want to make sure that we're balancing the masculine and the feminine within each soul that watches this, within the collective. Aloi alai adai ayerakunamade. Aloi ayerakunamade. Sidalai uyerakunamade. Sinimi pirakunamade. I am hearing and seeing that Isis is wanting to give you a gift. And it looks to me like it's going to be a scroll that's going to go down your spinal cord. No, that sounds a little bizarre, but it feels and looks like to me like an ancient scroll. And it's like she starts unraveling the scroll at the top of your spinal cord. So just embrace that if you want to receive that. And all of this is your choice. Alai alai oyete esenimi piero kunamade senamai alai yete esene. Kuloi alai oyete sename piero kunamade. Sitabalai alai oyete esenimi piero kunamade. Kadik yere kunamai eti eseni yere kunamade. Kuto esenamo piero kunamade. Silai alai yere kunamade. Kiti esinimi pira kana maade, silai olai alai iate esane ure kana maade. Just trying to tune into what the scroll says, but it's obviously your own scroll from her. What I do see is that there is a big red dot at the top of the scroll as she unrolls it down. I do just keep seeing to whom it may concern. This is a letter for da 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 da. Kilai ayete esinimi pira kuna maade. I'm seeing something in regards to a toad. Seeing a very big toad. All I keep thinking about when I see the toad is that I'm seeing like myself as a child running and playing through the creeks like in the south, and we would pick up huge toads. They would be like this big. They were so big, and they could not couldn't go fast enough. Like I was tiny, and I could run really fast as a kid, so I'd always jump on them and get them and not hurt them, but I just loved them so much. And they, of course, always peed on me. I never got any warts, thank goodness. But it's like, so I don't know where that energy is coming from in regards to the toad. I know the Native Americans have the frog medicine and all that. I don't know, maybe it's something you want to look up. I can put the animal website description in the what's animal, yeah. I'll put that in the description, and then you can look up like specific animals like toad or hawk or owl or whatever it is. You can just type in. It's an animal totem spiritual website that you can look up specific animals, and he talks about all the different like versions too of like the Native Americans, how they thought of the toad, the Irish, what they thought of, beautiful, whatever those energies are that are coming through as far as animals go, they have that on there. Hello, oyate esenema kilai hirokonama day. It's kind of interesting because as I see like the red dot on the scroll that she pulled down, and then I see the toad at the bottom of your spinal cord just sitting there almost like holding the scroll. So as the scroll is rolled out, it's kind of like it's sitting at the base of your root and kind of holding it open, from curling back up. It's kind of like the toad's like holding it open for you. I don't know how else to explain it. That's just what I'm saying. So you should see if we can get anything from that scroll. I keep hearing like it feels like to me like I keep getting like when so you came here to do something. Addiction, if you're struggling with addiction, it's like addiction was a part of that inscription of what you wanted your soul to experience. And what I know from my own addiction and from my own past and from my own life is that there's an expiration date to that addiction. Some people, yes, had to die using, and that was their expiration date on their addiction, was their death. Sorry to be so harsh, but for most of you, there's an expiration date. There's a day that your addiction is done. If that makes sense. It's like one day you're like, okay, this is done. I can't get high anymore. This doesn't feel good to me anymore. The drink isn't working. The drugs aren't working. I can't do this anymore. This is just a waste of my time. I have to figure something else out. That's exactly what happened for me. It was like I used everything under the sun and so much of it that I couldn't get high enough. I couldn't even get high, and I would use and use and use, and I was like, I am sober as the day, and I've done more drugs than anybody in the room, and I knew it was done. Like, I knew if I was sober using, I was like, this is so dumb, such a waste of money, such a waste of time. And I had good stuff. It was like everybody else was like out of it, and I'm over here like, what am I doing? This is so dumb. And that was my expiration date for my addiction. I knew when what I perceived to be that God source say it is finished, I know it is finished. And I believe that for you. And I pray with everything in my heart right now that you can step up and realize that you don't want your expiration date to be your death date on your addiction. You want to stop and figure this whole thing out because you are a beautiful, powerful soul housed in these bodies. And yes, living what seems and perceives to be a shitty life, but it's really, really good out here. It is. There's so much hope for you if you are struggling with addiction, if you're struggling with anything, depression, anxiety, please. There's so much knowledge out here now that you don't have to suffer like we did. You don't have to suffer like it was before, 10, 12 years ago. I can't even tell you guys this, but when I was 19 years old in the South, they would not take women into rehabs. I'm not even joking. My mom called everywhere trying to get me the help, and they said they only take men because men work and can pay for rehab, and the men are the ones that take care of the families. I can't remember what all she said, but it was the most absurd thing I'd ever experienced in my life. I was like, are you kidding me? What if I'm a single mom? What if I'm trying to, better myself, but they saved the spots for men? I was like, wow. And I'll never forget that. The South is very slow. I pray that they have changed, but probably not. If I had to, hopefully they have. I'm gonna just say, I was in the deep South too, Bible Belt. We don't talk about depression. We don't talk about addiction. You're not addicted. Just keep going. You're not sick. You don't have ADHD. You're not autistic. You're not anything. You are fine. Just put your makeup on, put your dress on, and keep going. That is what I grew up in. And so, yeah, you just self-medicate and keep moving until you hit rock bottom and you can't go any further, And I just hope and pray that this video will help clear these energies out so that you can see clearly. If you need to go to rehab, that's okay. Rehab is a safe haven. It's safe. And if you can't stop using, please do your best to get in somewhere. Do your best to get into group treatments even. They have groups that are 3 days a week. It's called outpatient treatment. And there's therapy everywhere, and there's healing groups everywhere. Even if you can just go visit healing groups every week, there's all around here in Denver. I'm not sure where you are, but even those healing energy groups would be helpful to engulf yourself with people of like-minded, that are of a high vibration. It will help you, and learning about yourself is important. Understanding why are you getting triggered? Where is that pain coming from? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it, something in childhood that happened to me? What do I need to look at? And then even find yourself an energy worker, somebody that can go in there and help with the root of the problem, and, whatever it is, whatever feels good and true for you, but don't waste another time, another day, start seeking for that help. Start looking for a way out. You're so worthy and worth living a happy life, And if you gotta be here, if you gotta be in this world, you might as well figure out how to enjoy it, right? I mean, I keep saying, there's these forces that want us to, die and be sick. And I'm like, no, I'm going to attune to the energies that want me to be happy, want me to thrive, want me to be wealthy and healthy and happy and, have a life that feels good to me. And that's what I'm attuning to. That's what feels good to me, what feels true to me. I'm just putting this beautiful green calcite into your roots. Just bringing in that sacred energy. Clearing out any abuse, any any emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, any kind of abuse that you've experienced, just releasing that now. Allowing these energies to soothe. Kalai alai oyate sinimi piero kanamante, salai alai oyate sinimi piero kanamante, sidaloi alai ata esinimi pila kinamante, silai uyate esini. Kiti ishinimi piero kanamante, sinimi piero kanamante. Right. So I'm just going to flow this sacred energy down your chakra system, down your body, down your cells. I'm going to call in the sacred rainbow energy. Kalai olai iate esunimi piero kanama ade. Selai alai oyate esunimi piero kanama ade. And begin to flow that down to your crowns, into your pineal gland, into your facial chakras, into your throat, into your heart, into your solar plexus, into your sacral, and into your roots, down your legs, and out the soles of your feet, down into Mother Earth, taking all of your pains and all of your traumas and all of your worries down. And I'm going to bring up through your Earth Star Chakra this sacred blue flame. It's going to begin to flow back up through your Earth Star Chakra, up into your soles of your feet, into your calves and your knees, into your thighs and your roots, and into your sacral, and into your solar plexus, into your heart, and into your throat, up into your facial chakra, and into your pineal gland, and into your beautiful crowns. This energy is going to expand out past your chakras, out into your auric field, cleansing, neutralizing any energies in the aura, healing any tears, any holes, anything that is causing any kind of disruption in your energy field, and just releasing anything that no longer serves you. We're just going to set and allow these energies to continue to work on you even after this video is shut off, or at least the next 30 minutes to an hour, however long you need. Just intend for it to stay with you, and just allow yourself to really take care of yourselves, love yourselves, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Just try to be in love with life. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for your comments, your shares. Thank you so much for your donations. I'm trying to take a really big, powerful trip. So any kind of donation, whether it's $1, $5, $50, or $500, whatever it may be, is absolutely 1000% appreciated from my heart to yours. You will receive a huge burst of energy, healing energy to your heart. Anybody that donates, whether it's $1 or however much, It is so appreciated, and I love you all so much. Also, it is not necessary. I'm just happy that you're here. If you feel like giving the gift, it's much appreciated. If not, I'm still so happy that each of you are here. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. I will see you next time.